all night, she ooey, ooey, ooey. She staying undercover for weeks. Baby got nothing, nothing, no, no. Me and my girl, we do this shit forever.
Take hold of me.
Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're already subscribed. This is going to be my first hair review, and it's going to be on the Yolissa hair. I have in the Brazilian body wave in the inches 24, 22, 20, and 18 with an 18-inch frontal. I didn't use all of the fourth bundle, I only used a little bit of it, but I always do order 4 bundles, especially with closures because I really like thick hair. If it looks a little short, it's not just, it's not the hair, it's not just the curls. I did cut it a little bit just because I do like full ends, and also 24 inches was a little too long for me, so I cut it down like 1 to 2 inches. I was on the fence about ordering this hair actually. I was doing my research like I do with all hair that I order, and you know, with all hair you're gonna have mixed reviews. So some people, they're like, oh my gosh, this hair is great, I've had it in for blah blah months, there's no problems. And then I saw other reviews that were just like, oh my god, this is terrible, it sheds, it tangles, da da da. So I was kind of unsure about whether I wanted to get it or not, but my tipping point was actually when I was in Raleigh. I did a vlog on that, so check that out. I was in Raleigh and I saw this one girl and her hair was just popping, her frontal was perfect, and I asked her where she got her hair from and she said Yolissa. So I was just like, okay, I was researching this, let me just buy it and see how it works out. I also knew that I was going to make it into a wig anyway, so I was like, hopefully it'll last longer because I'm not wearing it consistently for however long I'm wearing it, and I'm taking it on and off. I didn't know if I was going to do a review on this hair just because whenever I order hair I always say, oh, let me do a review on it, da da da. But this hair has been through it in the week that I've had it, so I was like, let me do a review on it because I know some people are gonna try to bleach their hair and color their hair, and they want to know how this hair is gonna react to that. So I was just like, let me just try to do this, maybe help somebody out. I ordered this hair at like 3 o'clock Tuesday morning. It was like one of my like spur of the moment purchases. I was like, let me just order some bundles. So I ordered at 3 o'clock Tuesday and I got it on Thursday, which is really fast. I was so happy about that. It said it was going to come Friday, which was still fine for me, but the fact that it came Thursday, I was just like, even better. I bought this hair with plans on dyeing it just because I already have a jet black body wave hair similar to this, similar lengths and all that. So I didn't want to dye that hair because I already dyed that jet black. So I was just going to order some new hair and try to color that. I wasn't positive what I was going to dye this hair, what color I was going to do. I just bought it and I was like, I'll just look at YouTube and figure something out. So I tried to copy Arnell Armand's Sandy Brown Ombre hair tutorial, and I've never bleached hair before. This was all new to me and I had no clue what I was doing. She did have a really good thorough video, but I noticed this with a lot of YouTubers. Whenever they bleach their hair, they never really specify how long they keep the bleach in, and I guess they just kind of go by color and not by time exactly. But me being a beginner, I was just like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. So when I bleached it, it was really red and it just didn't look right on me. And not only that, but I went too high with the ombre, so it was only black up to like here, and I kind of want it to how it is now, how it kind of frames my face a little bit and then it starts with the ombre. So I completely messed that up. I was kind of put off and I didn't really want to deal with it, so I just kind of put it aside for a few days before I started working on it again. So I put it aside and I ended up buying a black box hair dye and a darker brown and a lighter brown, and I was just going to ombre that a little bit so it goes from like black to here, then like dark brown, then the light brown. But I ended up just dyeing it black and using the dark brown hair color, and it still didn't show as much for me. So I ended up getting more dye, and this time I got the Dark and Lovely. I got 2 boxes of the honey blonde and 1 of the golden bronze, and I was on YouTube again trying to figure out, you know, what I wanted to do, and I stumbled across, hold on, I wrote it down, Makiba, I think I'm saying that right, but I'm going to link her video down below too, along with Arnell's. I stumbled across her little video, and it wasn't exactly what she used to dye it, it was her method of dyeing it. So I just used the box dyes that I bought, and I followed her little method, and that's how I ended up getting what I have now. I hope it's showing up pretty well, but I actually really like how it ended up, and I'm so glad because I ended up dyeing it, like, I bleached it once, I dyed it another time, and then I dyed it again. So that's 3 times I dyed it in the span of like a week. So this hair has really been through so much, and I'm surprised that it still feels and looks as good as it does right now. I just love how there's like dimension to it, and it's not just like one color. And once again, that's just the method that she used. It's kind of like you kind of weave it in with a rat tail comb. You separate it, you brush up. I forgot what that's called. But yeah, I'm just gonna, you just watch her video and figure out how she does it, because that's how I ended up getting the dimension that I have now. I'll probably be sticking to box dyes for a little while until I'm like confident enough to bring out the bleach, because right now it just didn't work out for me, so I'm kind of scared of it at the moment. But yeah, in the future I'll probably get back to bleaching and figure out what I want to do with that. Afterwards, I just added a little bit of oil to my hair, because since I did bleach it, it kind of did have this kind of texture to it that was a little bit dry. So I just added a little bit of oil, and I added some wand curls. They fell by now, but I wand curled it yesterday morning, so really it only felt like I took a shower and it kind of got wet, so I think that's another reason why it fell a little bit. But this hair does hold a curl, which I'm happy about as well, because I've heard some reviews about certain hair companies that they just can't hold a curl, and I don't like that, because especially since I bleached it and I did all this messing with it, it doesn't have that body wave curl really. It kind of like has like really wavy curls to it. So I know I'm going to end up having to wand curl it just to add a little bit of texture to it. It still feels really good, surprisingly. It's soft. It's not as soft as when I first got it, obviously, but it still feels really good. I actually like how it feels now better than how it used to feel, just because when it first comes out, it just feels, it's really silky, which some people like that feel, but this feels kind of more realistic. If I pull my hand through it, I come across some kind of knots. It does catch a little bit, but for the most part, you can see it just goes straight through. And from that, there's actually no hair that came out. When I did this before, I did get 1 to 2 strands, which is expected, obviously, with all hair. You're going to get some shedding, but yeah, I didn't even get any this time, which is even better. The frontal that I received, it did have a natural hairline. It was plucked a little bit, but I did go through and pluck it just a little bit more. I didn't pluck it that much just because I know that frontals do shed, so I'd rather underpluck and have it kind of shed to get that natural look that most people go for in the beginning, than to, you know, pluck so it looks really, really super natural now and have it look bald faster, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I didn't pluck it that much, but it still looks pretty good to me. I have a couple little waves that I kind of did with my edges, and I really like the way it turned out. I used Got To Be to hold this down, my frontal. I was thinking about using Ghost Bond or Bold Hold, but I was like, you know, Got To Be's working out pretty good for me right now, so, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm just going to stick with this for a little bit until I want to use the Bold Hold stuff, which is not a big deal for me right now. Like, I don't really do a lot of sweating or stuff like that, so, you know, Got To Be works fine for me at the moment. But yeah, that is my review on the Yolissa Hair Body Wave. It was really quick. You know, just to sum some stuff up, you know, it still holds a curl. It still has like a really soft texture. I can run my hand through it. There's not going to be much shedding, much tangling. But then again, I did just install it yesterday. So, you know, I would do a good, like, you know, cons list. But right now, it's fresh. So I'm not going to run into that many cons. After I've worn it for a little bit, I may come back and give a little update from however long it was. But whatever, do some kind of update just so you can see how this hair is holding up. But once again, this is a wig, so I'm going to be taking it off and on occasionally. So that should make it last a little longer than, let's say, if I had just like a sew-in. If you like this review, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of my stuff. If you feel like there's something that I didn't really cover that well in regards to this hair, just leave that in the comment section below and I'll answer that for you. Or if you want to leave me a nice little message, you can do that down below too. That'll be amazing as well. But yeah, that's my review on this Yolissa hair. I'm really happy about it. Right now, I would highly recommend, but give it a couple weeks and I'll see how it's holding up, if I would still say the same thing. But right now, I'm really happy about it. I love the way the color came out. Yeah, I just really like this hair, and I'm gonna go. So thanks for watching. See ya.
Let's creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating.